So I'm shooting my shot at Sony. Hi, Sony. My name is Amber Sharnice. I am a content creator and I teach all the girls how to use most of your equipment, okay? I love Sony. I love Sony cameras. I love Sony picture. I love Sony lenses, all these things. And they are something that I use daily in my content creator journey. I have a few Sony cameras at this point, and I love letting the girls know exactly how to work them. So if you ever want to reach out, do a deal, collaboration, I'm your girl.
Sony. We've played nice, stayed quiet, and tried to fit into boxes we were never built for. But guess what? That version, she's done. Now we walk different. We talk different because we are different. We're not waiting to be discovered because we're busy discovering ourselves. Raising babies and businesses, healing, breaking cycles, and making moves that move us. This is what it looks like when we stop shrinking and start showing up. Welcome to Totally Unmuted, where everyday women are doing extraordinary things. Is this mic on?
I think it is.
I'm your host, Mink, but y'all already know that. But today, we really have a very special guest. She's been on I guess at the Invest Her Summit 2024, and I had to roll back because I didn't really feel like you really had your time to shine. So I was like, let me make sure I give my girl a platform to make sure not only do we get the goods, but we know what she doing, where she came from, and how she making all this money in the digital space. So what's up, Amber?
Hey, girl, hey.
So tell us everything that's going on. Well, first off, y'all, we are at the beach. How you been enjoying it? Because I know you and Mike went to sleep yesterday.
Listen, I've been relaxing. That's why I went to sleep. I've been relaxing in this beautiful Florida sun. So yeah, it's going good.
So basically you've been enjoying your time here.
I have, yes.
That's good.
Thoroughly. Yeah.
That's good. It is so beautiful out here. We're looking at the beach right now. See, that's
gorgeous.
We clocking that tea. All right. So Amber, so you came on you came to the Invest Her Summit last year. And I really feel like I just said, you didn't really get a chance to really kind of like shine. Okay. I know that you do a lot in the digital space. I know that you've been on YouTube. Just your following has grown so tremendously this year. And so let's kind of like dive into like your start in the digital space. Like, how did you start? And then we'll kind of go from there.
Okay. So I started about 10 years ago. I've been doing this for a very long time. I started out on YouTube doing beauty content. So I would be on there doing my makeup. I would be doing my hair, all the cute glamour stuff us girls love. And the reason why I started doing that is because anytime I would go out, my friends were like, girl, what did you do to your makeup?
It's pretty right.
Thank you. I do what I can do. Like, where'd you get your hair? Things like that. So I started my YouTube channel simply to teach girls how to do their makeup. From there, it evolved a million and a trillion times since then to lifestyle content, vlogs, just things I would do in my life I would follow. Now it's more so of a digital marketing tool. There I teach people exactly how to get started with digital products, things of that nature. So I've been on social media for quite some time at this point.
Wow. And so when did you see, you've been on there about 10 years, but when did you see the spike in whether it was followers, engagement, and revenue? And then why did you pivot from the beauty space to more of a digital space now?
Okay. So I've seen several several spikes on social media. So it just really depends on what I was into at the time, and I really wanted to be more so of a lifestyle vlogger. So certain things that would happen in my life, I would vlog about that, and I would get spikes here and there. I remember when I lost weight, at one point, I had a huge spike, and then I had a huge influx in my audience because they wanted to know how I did the keto journey and things of that nature.
Yeah, okay.
And then even when I moved into a new construction home for the first time, I shared that journey. It spiked then. And this last good old spike that we had was when I started talking about how I was able to make money through selling digital products online. The thing was, like I told you, I wanted to be the vlogger, honey. I wanted to get the brand deals from all the clothing places, all these things. But I just found that that wasn't quite working the way I thought it would, right? And so I got to a point where I wanted to completely quit like social media because I was not growing. I feel like I had been on social media for so long and I hadn't grown to the place where I wanted to be yet. And I was like, maybe it's, I don't know what it is. I don't know, maybe I should switch up the type of content that I'm doing. And so one day I had a little talk with someone and someone was like, hey, I know you want to do this social media thing, but you're either going to figure out how to do it a different way, or we're just going to have to put down a back burner until we figure out how to make this work.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you tell me to do something
Yeah.
like that? But it was definitely the pivot that I needed. So what I started doing at that point was researching, like, let me figure out if there's another way that I can make money on social media, because that's the ultimate goal, right? To be able to bring in another stream of income. And that is when I came across digital products. And I've always been a tech girly. I've always loved cameras and equipment and things of that nature. So I decided, let's throw these in here together. Let's teach the girls how to create content that attracts their tribe.
That's good. That's good, yeah.
And then we also can teach them, even if you want to be a vlogger or an influencer and you haven't found the way to monetize that yet, let me also show you how to make money digitally without having to be such a huge influencer. So that's where I began learning more about digital marketing. I gave that a shot in 2024 at the beginning of the year, and I have not looked back since.
Really?
So I'm like, if I could do this, let me put the girls on, because I've always been a girl's girl to put everybody else on.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's, like you said, the reason why you started.
Yeah, that's exactly the reason why I started. So I was like, well, I did this, let me show them how to do it. And ever since then, that's what I've been doing, teaching them exactly how to do exactly what I did.
Girl, like, no, I really love that. And that's when I think about Totally Unmuted and I think about the space that we're building, because I feel like everyone that comes on here as a woman, whether you're a couple, you're a man, whatever, I feel like we're really building a space to really give people true resources, true support, and then really the game, because you'll hear a lot of, people, they'll tell you some things, but they won't really give you all of the things. And sometimes you do, they'll tell you, hey, do 1, 2, 3. But then when you do 1, 2, 3, like something else is missing, and then it may, so I think that that's super important. But I heard you say about monetizing. So when you first started 10 years ago, do you feel like the monetizing thing, because I hear people talk about that a lot now. I mean, I know YouTube was a place to monetize, but 10 years ago, Instagram wasn't a place. And what's TikTok?
TikTok.
Okay, yes. So like now with the monetizing thing, do you feel like the way that you record your content, the way that you, I guess, present it to your audience, or even if you are a new creator and you're trying to build an audience, do you think that matters before you can monetize?
Absolutely. Well, the thing is, you have to start with what you have, okay? You can make anything that you have starting out with good. And then as you grow, you invest into different things to get better. But I feel like if you are going to start out as a content creator or whomever trying to monetize online, it may not always be the fancy equipment that's going to get you there, but how you present yourself, how you learn how to edit the content. Because the thing is, you want to capture the eye of the audience first, and then we can filter that on out once they get there. But you have to get them there, and in order to do that, yes, you do need to definitely bring in a visual to do it.
A visual. Okay, and sometimes a visual could be a hook. Something funny, something like that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. I need to stop. So that's a joke now within my little friend group, is because I'm always saying, let me ask you let me ask you this to the woman out there right now that may be getting started in this content creation field, that may, she's trying to build her tribe. She wants to do this as become an influencer. She knows that she can do this. She knows that she can build her tribe. And she may even have some of the tools, maybe just her iPhone. What would you tell her right now that's looking or that's listening? Wait, that's looking. Yeah, that's listening or that's watching. What would you tell her about just getting started?
First thing is, like I said, use what you have. I started out with daylights. I would sit in front of a window. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't have a camera, babe, but did have a camera. But I would sit in front of the window. I didn't have a ring light at the time. So start with what you have. First of all, you need to know who your audience is going to be. Who are you talking to? I've made the mistake when I try to start out, even though I had a specific niche, I would still try to talk or reach everybody. And once you sit there
why
for
we
so
do
long
that.
trying to reach
Yeah.
everybody, we realize that we're reaching nobody
Nobody,
at all.
yeah.
So you need to know exactly who you're going to be talking to. Now, the thing is, you may not know exactly what type of reels or what type of vlogs or whatever the content is that you may be posting just yet, which is perfectly fine. But the thing is, you have to start posting things. Throw things to the wall, see what sticks, and what it is that you like to do.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you don't necessarily like what it is that you're creating, you will burn out.
Yeah.
And the burnout kills everything. Burnout kills your passion for it. Burnout, you make excuses. There's no more time to do it. So I would definitely start with those 3 tips.
Okay. Okay. I think those tips are good. So you feel like that a person starting off, should they quit their job? Because you hear a lot of people saying that, like, they don't have time after they are coming from work and things like that. How has your journey looked with that?
You better get it in where you can fit it in, okay? I don't recommend anybody quit their job. Some kind of happened that way twice. It may not work out the way that you think it's going to work out. So I would say if you have a lunch break, you got a phone, you got a car, go to the car and fill some content. It's easy, as simple as that. When you get home, once you wind down, get the kids done, go film you some content. Or before you get ready to go to work, film you some content. On the weekend, film you some content. The way that you can make it easy for an everyday average person is batch create your content. So we all
What does that look like?
We all have things that we're doing throughout the week. We have work, we have school, we have kids, all these things, right? So what you really want to do is pick a day in your schedule where you can dedicate to filming as much content as you possibly can. So for me, what that looks like is most of the time I'll go into my office, I'll film a couple reels, maybe a YouTube video or so. You could go down to a location in your city or your area that looks nice, that's aesthetically pleasing, film some content. If you're gonna be a fashion girl, take a couple of outfits with you. You know what I'm saying? Just film all the content that you can until, of course, you can't anymore. And then you can hold on to that content so that you can edit it throughout the week and you can post it throughout the week. You can schedule it to post. So you want to make things easier for you instead of working harder.
Yeah.
Basically.
Work smarter, not harder. So we're batch creating the content, meaning take a day. Everyone has at least a day off at some period, and creating a schedule, maybe 4 hours where you're saying this is a type of content that I'm gonna shoot.
Exactly.
And then now Instagram and TikTok have the schedule feature, so you can just schedule the content out. And then that makes it a little bit easier so that you can continue to keep your full-time job and you can still start building your influence or start building your audience with being an actual influencer.
Exactly.
So do you work full-time right now?
I was working full-time. I've finally gotten to a position where I was forced to go ahead and go full-time with my content creator journey. And it's definitely time for me to do that. But for the longest, this entire time, I've been a 9-to-5 employee.
Really?
And on the weekends, it's content.
Yeah.
Free time is content. So I don't recommend anybody when you start out to just quit. You want to make sure, of course, financially that you're able to do that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, once you go out on the limb, you have to also still treat it very much so like this is your business, this is your job. Because once you get complacent, you get lazy, you're not necessarily filming as much, then you won't produce the content and then you're back at square one, having to go back to work.
Right.
So absolutely, do it until you can't do it anymore. And then that, of course, means financially and, everything else as well.
Now financially, we know also you have a husband, you have 2 girls. So how has that looked? Because I heard you say, on your free time, that's content. And then also on the weekends, that's content. So how does that look for family time though? How does that look in terms of like his support? Is he the type that's like, babe, you got to wipe it here, like stuff like that? Is he that type?
Yes, he is my structure. I would say that.
Good.
Because I'm
Go ahead on, Mike.
I'm one of those tunnel vision type of people. So once I start on something, I'm not stopping until I get done.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Okay, can you give me some of that?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Would you like some?
Yeah,
because I need to get rid of some of it. Because it does a bit much sometimes. So basically, like, that's why my batch content creation days are important. And it got to a point where he was like, hey, put that down. Come in here. And I was like,
oh, that's
you know
good.
what?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So you definitely have to prioritize. And once you feel like you're missing out on stuff, or everybody's doing something else in the other room, you'll feel it. You'll know when it's time for you to put these things down and prioritize your family. But that's why batch creating is so important, because therefore you're scheduling yourself. You know when you're going to get started. You know when you're going to be finished, and you do have that time to spend with your family.
Okay. Now we're gonna go back to, I know that you said you pivoted in 2024. So when you pivoted in 2024, what did your brand deals look like before the pivot, and then what did they look like after the pivot?
Okay. So let me say, that year, I want to say 2023 was booming. That was a good year for me.
Really?
Brand deals were great.
So like, what were some of those brand deals?
So I partnered with Amazon during that time.
Really?
Yeah, that was a big one. I partnered with Valentino.
Really?
Dossier.
Wait, you partnered with Valentino?
Yeah. I've had some good times.
Don't play with you.
That's why I love Valentino. But I've had some really good brand deals, and during that time, it was great. But what happened? That was the first time I've ever decided to step out on faith and quit my job. So the brand deals, I don't know if they tell everybody this, but there's specific seasons and quarters and stuff that the brand deals are rolling in, right?
Thank you for saying that. Y'all need to be clocking this, okay?
Yes.
Clock your tea
So
right
they're
now.
not always running around the clock. And then even when they are, they're already, set and scheduled for you to do them in a certain quarter. And by that time, the brand deals start drying up.
Really?
Now, hence I would still get paid from YouTube, but it wouldn't quit my job getting paid from YouTube.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at this point, that's when I really felt like, wow, I've done all these things. I've quit my job to do content full time, and the brand deals are drying up, and I'm not really making the money that I was making. So what did I really quit for? Not knowing that all that was part of my journey and my testimony and everything now.
That is so good though. I love that, honestly, like seriously, because I did not know that. As many people as I talk to that's in this space, and I just feel like I talk to a lot of content creators because I think it's so important, and I think it's a really good extra revenue stream. But I just think that's amazing that you said that, because I had no idea that
I didn't know either.
That it's quarters and seasons when the brand deals are popping.
And you won't know it until you actually get into the industry. So that was something I didn't know either. And I didn't really understand. But of course, as you learn and you grow through it, you understand.
Right.
So even within that time frame, I was just like, you know what, I was depressed, honestly. I was like, wow, I done made all these sacrifices all these years for this creative career, and it's not panning out the way that I expected it to. So that's when I was like, I'm gonna quit. I don't want to do it anymore. But then that's when we got into that whole debacle about, you know what, you want to do this content creation thing. It's not really working the way that you want it. So maybe you should take a step back from it. And that's when I did. I actually stopped posting the content like on social media for like 2 months.
Okay.
I went ghost.
Okay.
I went ghost. And then that's when I discovered the digital products. And since then, and really honing in on my, creator tech niche and digital products, it has flourished in a way that I couldn't have imagined.
Really? So with the digital products, what does that space look like?
It's a beautiful space. I really love the digital marketing space. The thing is, let's not play here. Digital products have been around for years.
Right.
At this point. You've seen some of your favorite content creators make courses, ebooks, things of that nature.
I mean, American Girl is a digital product. Remember the American Doll paper doll?
Sure was. It's a digital product. Anything that's not tangible, you can put in your hand, and it's not an actual full-on service, that's a digital product.
Right.
Okay? So basically, I ran into a young lady that posted, she made such and such amount of money off of doing digital products. And she told me not told me, but of course her following, how long it took her in order to get there. I think she was only in it for, I want to say maybe 3 months. And this lady had already made $500,000.
So, okay. Because I'm about to reel this in, because I know the girls, y'all listening and watching. So I'm about to reel this in for y'all real quick. Okay. So a digital product is a ebook, a course, a subscription, something of that nature.
Right.
Where it can be tangible, but it doesn't have to be. Does it just only need to be digital? Downloadable.
Downloadable.
Okay. And the consumer goes in and they purchase this digital product, then they have access to it. Now they're purchasing it, but it's coming into your bank account.
That's correct.
Okay. And then when you have social media, let's say you only have 1,000 followers, how are you going to monetize it, or I guess make a person that, like the person that made $500,000, if you only have 1,000 followers?
if you have a digital product that solves a specific problem for a specific group of people, you're going to make content that draws those people in.
Okay.
So no matter where you're starting from, I don't care if it's
See, I
100
tried to
followers.
trick you.
Yeah, you tried to trick me. You can't trick an OG when it comes to the digital products. How you know that? So what you want to do is you definitely want to build your audience. You have to bring those people in. Just like anything
That want
else,
that product.
That want that product. It has to solve a specific problem for a specific group of people. And your content is going to reflect that. And it's going to draw them in every single time.
So do you feel gory when you're posting a post or a reel and you may be fixing you a mocktail? I'm going to just say that.
Okay.
But you're reeling the reel back into and go head on and get this digital product. You don't feel icky about doing that?
Absolutely not. Because guess what? You have so many people that are on social media making money somehow.
So what made you build that? Let me see the word I want to use. To where what made you build that wall to where you're like, this is how I'm making money. If I was working at Amazon or if I was an attorney, I'll be doing the same thing. When I got these billboards out here on the interstate, that's basically the same thing. I'm marketing myself. But why do I'm talking about me. Why do we get to the point to where it's like, I feel like I don't want to sell to you. Why do we do that? And I feel like a lot of women struggle with that.
We're tricking ourselves out of our own bag. It's honestly what it is.
Girl, whatever.
And we really are. We're tricking ourselves out of our own bag because you have people that will purchase. If you go on YouTube and you're looking at a YouTube recipe and you see an ad for another type of recipe that is amazing and it's $2, you're going to buy it anyway, right? So the thing is, anything can be monetized at this point. Knowledge, if you have knowledge of something of a specific nature that someone else does not have and they really want that information, they will pay the next person for it. So why not pay you for it? You got to monetize
Wow,
yourself.
you have to monetize yourself. Ladies, y'all listening, hey, I'm talking to you. You have to monetize yourself. I'm talking to me, Mink. You have to monetize yourself.
Just like even like the girls that do
I got you.
Okay. Even the girls that go out and do the fashion content.
Yeah.
And they're vlogging in public. And people are looking at them, staring them down. But guess what they say to themselves? They can stare all they want to because I'm making money off of this content. So, hey, you just have to get into the mindset of, and that's the thing, like we have to get into the mindset of it's okay for us to eat too. Why not? Everybody else is.
Yeah, and I do think us as Black women do struggle with that more than anything. And I think we struggle with it because sometimes we'll feel like we're putting it out there, but we're not getting the response that we see our counterparts actually getting. So then it does make you feel like, what am I doing this for? You know, and you're feeling crazy doing it, you know, because maybe you haven't built that confidence. But I do think it's important to hear from successful women that are doing this and that look like us, you know, because representation matters so much. And I say this all the time, proximity matters. So I think it's really important, and I think it is refreshing to actually know that you can do this. Absolutely. You can start where you are, and be consistent. Have a vision for yourself. Have a goal for yourself, and have a digital product. Have a digital product, and make sure that it's marketed correctly. So, how much have you made off of the digital marketing? You can give us an estimate. You don't have to give us an exact number.
I started digital marketing in January 2024, and to date, I have made $250,000 from digital products. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So you've made $250,000 off of digital marketing.
Digital marketing.
And so do you post every day?
When I started out, I posted 3 times a day. And that was because I was in that building phase. I was trying to attract my specific audience that I knew needed this product. So that's when I was, really, really heavy. Now I've gotten to a place where I've been able to build my platform to a certain level. So I don't have to post every single day.
Okay.
I could skip a couple days.
Okay.
I still recommend though posting at least 3 to 5 times a week on your feed and almost every day on your stories.
Okay.
But at this point I don't have to post every single day. And then I also use YouTube as well as a marketing platform for my digital marketing business. So, once I'm posting on social media, that's a business transaction.
Okay.
I'm marketing.
Okay, so you use YouTube Shorts also?
I use long form.
Long form.
Because the thing about YouTube is the videos are longer. You get to sit with the person longer. You can build a relationship. You get closer with that person through those videos. I'm building trust through my YouTube videos.
Okay, so you're building trust. Now, let me ask you this. So when it comes to, I heard you say, the platform, what platform do you use for your digital marketing products? And is that where you're able to see the revenue that you've made, or is that like a separate thing? How are you able to, I guess, see the revenue that you've made off of the specific products that you have?
Okay, I use a platform called Stand Store.
Okay.
And that is where I host my digital products.
Okay.
And I see all the revenue come through there. Now, I've used other things like Wix before.
I've used Gumroad before also. Okay.
Yeah, things like that. So the more that I mainly use is Stand Store, but I've used Wix, I've used like Stripe, things of that nature, and all my payments come in through those websites. And shout out to Stand Store, by the way. They're amazing. When I made my first $100,000, in fact, it was actually the first 6 months I got started in business. They sent me this huge plaque congratulating me. I've been a part of their ambassador team. So shout out to Stand Store because y'all are amazing.
That's good. Wow. So, are they expensive for like a newbie?
Absolutely not.
No?
They have a free version that you can use. And they also have a pro version where it gives, of course, more features. And I'm not, let me see, I want to say it's like $99 to use it.
For the month or for the year?
I want to say for the month. There's like a $99 version, a $24 version, and a free version.
Okay.
All of them have different, of course, specs and everything like that. But it's a really good platform. And for anyone starting out, it's specifically great because it is not all that coding and have to figure out how to design the website and all that stuff. It's very user-friendly.
That's good. That's good. So with the digital products, I know that you do a lot of things with tech also. How do you connect all of that?
So what I do is on my page, basically, like I said, I teach the girls how to find their tribe and how to monetize. So one, find their tribe is, of course, how to post the content, how to film the content, the behind the scenes, the creator tech. So because I'm marketing to that specific audience, I'm trying to get them in to teach them exactly what to do in the creator space. Those are the same people that also want to monetize in the creator space. And a lot of us...
So it's basic, it's a twofold thing.
Exactly.
It
comes right together.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a lot of them, they're coming into the game, they don't know exactly how to get monetized through Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. They don't have the requirements yet. But it doesn't mean they don't have knowledge that other people are looking to buy from them or looking to know. So therefore, they should also be monetizing with digital products as well. So they kind of get a 2-for-1 special when they come to my page.
So it's so funny that you say that because like I know someone, shout out to Fit and Stacks, but she has a really, really big audience.
Okay.
And we've been talking about monetizing a lot because, her engagement is super, super high, but you'll have people that have a big audience, over 500,000 followers, and they don't know how to monetize. Like, what would you tell a person that has a big audience like that? Maybe they don't necessarily, they're not a techie or something like that. Maybe they are just a person that is a confidence builder that can go on social media every day and give someone an uplifting message about themselves. Like, what would you tell that person about how to monetize their platform?
I definitely recommend.
And engagement is super high. You would tell them digital?
Absolutely. I would tell them because the thing is, you're on Instagram for free. If you're not getting paid for the platform.
That's true.
So why would you be scrolling on Instagram all day, every day, and not making a dime from it, right?
Why you don't do that?
I'm sorry, Meek. I didn't mean to target you. My bad. But what I'm saying is, talking to my good friends here, if you're going to be on social media and you're going to be scrolling every single day, you should be monetizing from it. You should make money from it. So whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever it is that you have knowledge about, even if for someone who has over 500,000 followers or subscribers, there's other people that want to know exactly how to get 500,000 followers or subscribers.
That's true.
There go a digital product right there.
Wow, that is so true.
Yeah.
So you've made this money. You literally have built a business for yourself, for your family. Like, I mean, this is something some people, it's gonna take them years to reach $250,000 a year. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people may never even reach that amount. What has that been able to do for your family?
It has brought a sense of freedom that we haven't had before.
Yeah.
And I say that, when I say that, I mean like, okay.
Free life, that's what my hubby always says. He talks about that free life all the time.
We used to have a budget to go into the grocery store. just to get the necessities, the things that we need.
Wow.
What it was like maybe $250 a week, or every 2 weeks we'll go into the grocery store.
Wow.
I have the luxury of going into the store and my kids like, oh, I want this, I want that. And I can just look at it and be like, go on, put it in the buggy. Simple stuff like that to me.
Gosh.
It's a
Wow.
luxury to me because I've never been able to do that for them before. So simple things of paying up the bills. So we don't have to worry about going in and doing it next month. You know what I'm saying?
Payments. Yeah.
Paying up on the car notes.
Right.
You know, simple things like that for me and my life buys me freedom. And then one of the things, like major things that I love that I've been able to do is to give back to not only my husband, because he's poured so much into me for over the years.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
But also my parents.
Yeah.
Like, who does that? What child does not want to give back to their parents?
Yeah.
So being able to, like, here you go.
Yeah.
Do y'all need this? Or I can take care of this for you. Just simple things like that to me are the luxuries of life.
And I mean, and it is something to think about because the free life does look different to everyone. You know, everyone, what their version of freedom is not gonna look the same. I said what their version of freedom is not gonna look the same. Yeah. But I think knowing that you can have that. Because I think some people don't even believe that they can have that. Like you said, you know, I'm building this, and I don't know what your vision was that you had in mind 10 years ago. Yeah. You know, it may not have been my kids going in the store, being able to put whatever they want into the buggy. It may have just been not to have a job. You see what I'm saying? Like just to work for myself full time, but just having a vision. Sometimes you don't know where you're going to land, but you just know that you have to have one. Exactly. And then let God do the rest of the work. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like stay committed to going somewhere.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think when Jay and I talk to a lot of younger adults, you will hear them say a lot that they don't know what they want to do. Yeah. And I'm always like, do something. Have something you want to do. Something you want to commit to, because you never know where or what that thing may develop for you in the long run. So I just think it's super important. And I love that you said freedom. I didn't even know you were going to say that. So that's really why, that's kind of why I'm at a loss for words, because I wasn't expecting you to say that. But I think that is amazing. So with what you and Mike are building now, like, what do you think, what's next for y'all? Like, where are y'all going to go next with all of this?
I don't know.
Because I know he's a big part of it.
He is.
That's why
for those who did not know. Sometimes when I don't have the ideas, when the ideas are not ideaing, husband, he does that. Yeah. But I don't know. It's limitless for us. There's so many places that we could go, and I think we are currently sitting in that space of what is there to do next. So we're trying to figure that out. But I know I'm not stopping. I'm not letting up. Because once you get a taste of I can do this, why would you ever quit? You know? Yeah. So that's where we are now.
What are you slated to do this year when it comes to the digital products?
This year, I want to pour more back into my mentees. And the community that
I've been seeing a lot of people talk about they already have the community, and it's like now pouring back into them.
Pouring back into them, because I get so many messages on Instagram about how I've inspired this person to start digital products, or how they made this much money, or how I didn't know what to do on social media and you taught me. And I'm just like, wow, like y'all are really here. Yeah. And it's just so funny because you can sit behind a computer all day or sit behind a camera all day and you're talking, you're reaching people, but for them to reach out and actually let you know, like, hey, what you have done or what you have said or whatever the case may be, you've taught me something. So I'm wanting to go more in the space of teaching them more, giving them more tools so that they're able to, accomplish things like this.
And what would that look like? I guess, I know you already still have your digital products, but what would that actually look like? Would that look like a paid community, subscription-based?
I'm looking at more so like a subscription-based community, more one-on-ones, because I get so many people that just literally want to specifically sit and speak with me and learn from me. So I'm wanting to incorporate more maybe like week-long journeys of, being a mentor to a specific person or so. So yeah.
Wow. And then how would you start it off?
I don't know just yet. I'm still it's in the beginning phases.
That's good though. I think that's good because like you said, a 1 week, like you never know for someone to commit to something for 1 week. Yes. And if you're paying for it too, because people don't always value what they don't pay for. So to actually pay for something and like you said, do a 1 week journey, I've never heard anyone do that before. So I think that would be super amazing. So yeah. So I'm trying to think of what else I want to ask. Like I do, but I do have something that I always do on every show, and it's called Shoot Your Shot.
Okay.
And so what that means is like if there's a brand you ever wanted to work with, a creator you ever wanted to work with, someone that you want to work with that inspires you, it would be like your 15-second elevator pitch.
Okay.
And you would speak directly to them and you would let them know like, hey, yeah, I want to work with you. Like I'm shooting my shot at you.
Okay, great. So I'm shooting my shot at Sony. Hi, Sony. My name is Amber Sharnice. I am a content creator and I teach all the girls how to use most of your equipment, okay? I love Sony. I love Sony cameras. I love Sony picture. I love Sony lenses, all these things. And they are something that I use daily in my content creator journey. I have a few Sony cameras at this point, and I love letting the girls know exactly how to work them. So if you ever want to reach out, do a deal, collaboration, I'm your girl.
Sony. I have a Sony too. We actually have a meeting on Thursday, and she's teaching me how to use my Sony.
Yes.
Give my girl a shot, okay? Give my girl a shot. So, any last words, Amber?
No,
Miss Amber Sharnice.
Oh, yes. I had a wonderful time.
You did?
And I thank you so much for inviting
Yes,
me.
and y'all be on the lookout. We have something great coming up in the near future. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But keep loving, keep laughing, and keep leaping. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Totally Unmuted. Y'all be blessed. Peace.